Hey guys, welcome to the Encounter Hedge series. Welcome to the Encounter Capital YouTube channel. I love talking about macroeconomic politics, macroeconomic events, big issues that are easy to grasp, and you actually feel you know what you're talking about and what's going to happen. But they only make sense looking backwards. You're like, oh, of course I knew, that there'd be a war in Ukraine. Of course I knew that Israel would now have a ceasefire. But that's why it's comforting to talk about macroeconomics and macro events. But I think a big question going forward is, will there be a peace dividend? The headlines are screaming yes. We're seeing the ceasefire in Israel. We're seeing Trump pushing Ukraine towards an agreed peace. And one would think that that's going to lead to a peace dividend. Everyone's getting on, everyone's going to trade together, and we're all going to benefit from it. However, I'm going to make 3 points on this. Marco Papic, a renowned macro economist, says no. The US is no longer the hegemon that it was. We're going towards a multilateral world where the US can't really afford to be global policeman. In 1960, the US economy was 40% the size of the global economy. That's now gone to under a quarter. The US can afford less as well. We've spoken on another podcast about the fact that the US is in a real bind over its budget deficit. So can it really afford to be the global policeman and for everyone to follow its lead? 2, in addition, there are power blocks. Power blocks are key. The US supporting actors, Western Europe, Japan, for instance, they all have slow, stagnant growth, slow and stagnant or negative population growth, whereas the BRICS, China, Brazil, Russia, India, and South Africa, not that they're all fully aligned to China, but they do have interests in America not having this unilateral control, The BRICS are more in advance than America's allies. So you just see the chance of multilateral world going even more multilateral, continuing to grow. And 3, why else won't we see a peace dividend is because there's remilitarization. Just look at the teeth in the remilitarization of Germany. They spend a lot. They're spending a ton on defense, and that gives more power to the defense industry, who then go back. It feeds into a loop of them having more influence politically. And we can see that with crypto. Look at the crypto lobby. Crypto has a AUM of trillions, and suddenly crypto is paying for political events and having a big influence and shaping what institutions are building out for crypto infrastructure. So I'd say, unfortunately, it does not look, despite the headlines, it does not look that there's going to be a peace dividend. Thank you for listening. I'm sure a lot of you have really intelligent opinions and strongly held opinions on this. Please share them below and please subscribe for more output from this channel. Thank you very much.